Hello, I'm Rob Bender, past president and CEO of Wellmaster Corporation, which is my company that I brought into being back in 1984. And we wanted to continue our talk a little bit and talk about some of the plungers we make. And a plunger is a tool that runs up and down inside the tubing string of an oil or a gas well. And the way it works is that the gas coming out of the reservoir and the gas that is stored in the casing tubing annulus as the casing, which is the large pipe, and then inside of the casing is tubing, which is a smaller pipe. It goes down to the formation, and the gas that is stored in this annular area between the casing pipe and the tubing pipe gets stored, and the pressure in it builds up, and at a certain point, if you don't have any lifting mechanism, the well will stop producing because it fills up with liquid. But with our plunger lift tools, we can remove the liquid by opening a valve at the surface and the tubing string and causing that pressure to decrease, so there's a larger and larger differential between the annular area in the casing and the tubing. And what will happen is that the gas that's in the annular area will U-tube around the bottom of the tubing and lifting the fluid to the surface. So there have been a number of different types of plungers made, and we had a number of different ones, but at one point we decided to use some airflow aerodynamic principles to allow the plunger not to leak fluid as it lifts up, and by keeping all the fluid on top of the plunger itself, we can get most all of the fluid out of the well. And what that does is it lowers the pressure in the well, and as the pressure is lowered, there's more and more differential between the formation and the wellbore, so the formation produces at a higher rate. You are able to get a lot more fluid and gas as well. I put some, after being in the Air Force, put some aerodynamic principles to use to build a plunger that could do that by increasing the turbulence around the edge of the plunger and against the tubing wall. We didn't have leakage past the plunger, and it worked really, really well. We needed a name for the plunger though, and we didn't have one, and we wanted to call it something pretty spiffy that people could remember. And we actually had a gal working for us as out in the field helping put these systems, putting them on the wellhead and so forth, and checking on plungers, and so she said we need a really neat name, and she came up with the name of Viper, which, there are some vipers out there in the field, and in fact sometimes you'll be working on a well and you'll look under your vehicle and there's one coiled up under there because it's in the shade. Seen that a number of times. So we thought that was something, a name that people could remember, and so that's how we made it and named it.